All right, hopefully this is better, y'all. What's up, Fidama? Sorry about the technical issues, but that's what these early preseason live streams are about. Get these technical issues dialed in, figure it out. All right, Wayne, this may be the issue. So we just went inside the native YouTube app. As you can see, we don't have the logo up anymore, don't have live from Boulder. It's frustrating. I want to be able to customize the stream, but those apps, man, I don't know. We're on the same exact network, so I don't know why it works on one app and not the other, but hopefully this fixes our issue and we can just get to the business of the day, which is checking on Coach Prime, seeing what the update is, figuring out what's going on, and hopefully we're all moving forward with some good news today. I'm gonna spin you guys a little bit so you can see there's some players up there walking in, up here. They're walking into this door over here. What's up, Kyle? What's up, Wayne? What's up, Fidama? All right, it took us 3 tries. Third time's the charm, right? Third attempt at the stream to get one that's functional. So we're getting these lessons dialed in for the season. So once it gets game time, once we're on the field for the pregame stuff, once we're out here for the post-game stuff, it won't be skipping on you guys. We'll have it dialed in and figured out. So we're at 11 a.m., 30 minutes from now. The press conference is starting with Coach Prime. I'll be playing the audio for you guys. We'll be listening to it together if you want to hang out with me. And reacting to the news. Wayne says, you still gonna cover the same as last season, 7 home games. So Wayne, we got season tickets this year. We're gonna be covering twice as much as last year. Twice as much content as last year. Every Lives Buff event that you guys let us know about or the players let us know on Instagram, if we find out about it, we will be there. We will be here. Whether it's player signings, community events, the pep rallies, the buff walks, the on-the-field pregame warm-ups before the game, after the game where all the players come out right here, we get some interviews and autographs. We're gonna raffle off some autographed gear at the end of the season for some of our top viewers, and it's gonna be a great year. It is 10:30 a.m. over here. The press conference starts at 11. And at 11, I'll be playing the audio from the press conference. We do not have a press pass yet, so we'll just be hanging out outside to see what the vibe is, watching the players go in. We saw Bucky come and get something out of Coach Prime's Jeep earlier. Couldn't really gather too much about his demeanor. He just looked totally normal, so we're anxiously awaiting this press conference to find out what's going on with Coach Prime. Let me know where you guys are tuning in from. I know we've got viewers across the world that like to keep up with Coach Prime, and it's always good to see where you're tuning in from. Louisville, Kentucky, what's up? I grew up in Tennessee, pretty close to Louisville, right down I-65. Deirdre from Dallas, Wayne from Houston, Dennis across the parking lot. What's up, Dennis? Where are you at? Always good to see Dennis. I don't see you right now, but it'll be good to see you, man. TDC in Atlanta, Alex in Louisiana, Blue Devil in North Carolina, Soaring Energy in California. Jennifer says, it sounds to me like the worst of whatever was going on is over, and that's a good thing. That's what I'm thinking too, Jennifer, but I'm just holding my breath because Bucky deleted that post yesterday. Everything else made me agree with what you're saying, but him deleting that meme that said Coach Prime was leaving and then he reposted it with a bunch of caps. I was confused why he deleted that, but hopefully it's nothing, no big deal. All right, we got more players in the distance. You guys see up here, coming out. So once the press conference starts at 11, we will be playing the audio for you guys. And we got Huntsville, Alabama in the house. Yosef, Israel. Salute to Huntsville. Yeah, I think Colorado has one of the most beautiful campuses in the country. I came from Clemson, and Clemson has a stunningly beautiful campus, but I don't think it holds a candle to Boulder. A lot of beautiful campuses in the country. Boulder is definitely one of them. Jacqueline Carter from Texas. Wayne says Smack Entertainment Team showed up with all their equipment, so that's a good sign that they're staying. I would agree with that. Dennis says that CU looks a lot like UCLA. I've been around the outside of UCLA, but I've never actually been on the campus. I've been on USC, Southern California's campus, which is okay in parts, but I haven't been on UCLA's campus. It is 10:35 Mountain Standard Time. The press conference starts in 25 minutes. We'll be playing audio once it starts and reacting along with you guys to the news, commenting on what we hear. And hopefully at some point we'll get a press pass and we'll get to actually be in the room asking questions that you guys want the press to ask. But we're just paying our dues. You know, we're gonna cover every single Colorado event we can and apply for a press permit every year. And eventually it'll work out. DJ says Duke has a nice campus. I have not been on Duke's campus either. I never went to any of the Clemson away games at Duke. I should have. Gone and seen a basketball game, but I got to see JJ Redick play in Clemson. And the whole student section was taunting JJ Redick, and he would just drain threes in our face and point at us. And it was one of the coolest things I'd ever seen, even though we were obviously rooting against them. That man was ice cold in college. Patricia tuning in from New Jersey. Salute to New Jersey. And in the background, guys, I'm on my other phone. I'm trying to update the feed we have now with the proper title and thumbnail and everything, since we had to restart it 3 times. So bear with me for a second, and I'll keep coming back to catch up on the comments as I have a little break, and in a second I'll be done uploading the data. Hey Wayne, the website is up. It's loveandliberty.com. You guys check it out, loveandliberty.com. Let me know what you think. Somebody's going to Coach Prime's Jeep right now because the tail lights are on. There's Coach Prime's Jeep right there. The tail lights are on. Earlier, Bucky came to get something out of it. I might just be seeing the sun and the reflectors because I don't see anybody around the Jeep. But yeah, guys, loveandliberty.com is live. Let us know what you want to see up on there. I think posting articles is a great idea, Wayne. Yeah, I've got the podcasts up on there. I'm gonna basically print transcripts of the podcast as articles, get that going, and then apply for a media pass, exactly like what you said. We're on the same page. Pax Pax says, congratulations on your 60 pounds. Thank you, Pax Pax. So guys, we'll have videos coming up about exactly how I lost 60 pounds. It was all inspired by Coach Prime coming to Colorado. That's when my journey started. Watching the Well Off videos got me motivated to get myself right again. And yeah, you're at 60 pounds. So it's a big difference carrying around 60 less pounds on your frame. Can walk a lot farther. I have a ton more energy, and that's what it was all about for me. I had just lost my energy that I had my whole life, and I needed that get back. Yeah, I don't see Bucky, but Bucky's been out here. DJ Von Dutch, super chats are always welcome, but obviously not needed. But they all go back into the channel. What the super chats go towards is the away games. And last year, the super chats paid for, last year, basically we covered season tickets last year. But we went to a lot of away games. We went to the bowl game, which was, heartbreaking, but still fun. And we live stream all that stuff. We live streamed from Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas last year. If any of you guys recorded the CU Kansas game, I'm literally in the opening shot to the game standing on top of my Sprinter van. And if you guys haven't seen that, it's actually on the channel. I posted it, I think, as a short, but the opening to the telecast of the CU Kansas game from last year is literally me live streaming with you guys standing on top of my black Sprinter van outside of Arrowhead. So, that's the kind of stuff we're going to get into this year, except this year is going to be 2 times more coverage than last year. And any super chats, anything like that, all go into things like getting a Wi-Fi puck, tickets, all that stuff. But I live here. I would be here anyway because I'm just a huge fan of Coach Prime and all the people that he surrounded himself with that reflect the same values. And so I'm going to be here no matter what. I might as well be live streaming it. So, you guys never need to feel obligated to super chat or anything like that. But for the ones who do, just know it goes right back into the process, and it means a lot. But yeah, like I said, not required. And we're going to have all, 2 times more coverage this year than we did last year. And it's thanks to you guys. And so we appreciate you tuning in from all over. Today, it's all over the country. We usually have some people tuning in from outside the country. And that's always really cool to see how far Coach Prime's reach really spreads. Okay. Now I'm trying to get the metadata on this stream updated. Got the thumbnail updated. I'm gonna get the title and the description since we had to restart this stream 3 times. And we're doing this preseason so that this doesn't happen during the season. We're getting all the little kinks out, figuring which apps work, which don't. And that way, when we have really important stuff to cover this year, we're not missing a beat. Okay, we'll call this take 3. Overheat. So now I got to get in the shade. So that's never happened before. Never had the live stream shut off or heated. So we're learning our lessons today, and hopefully we're back. Hopefully the phone is cooled down. I'm gonna stand in the shade and learn my lesson. Hopefully. But yeah, we got a lot of little technical difficulties to figure out today, and that's what we're here to do before the season starts. Sorry for the technical difficulties. We've got 15 minutes to the press conference. I'm gonna play the audio on this phone when the press conference starts, so we will be able to listen to it together and react together in real time. I wish we could go in and ask our own questions, but hopefully later this season or next year, we'll get a press pass. Tech Wars, if you're talking about watching the press conference live, I know that when it starts, DNVR always streams it live. That's where I'm going to be tuning into. So I'm going to be YouTube DNVR on this phone, playing the audio so that you guys can hear it if you want to hang out and talk about it. But if you want to just watch the pure live stream of the press conference, then I am sure that DNVR will have it. Yeah, Wayne, it looks like your comment was probably from right when the phone started overheating, but I was adjusting the, DNVR is a YouTube channel, DNVR Sports. But yeah, I was updating the title and the thumbnail on my other phone, and I looked back and it said emergency phone overheating. So it shut down due to temperature, went and got in the shade, and it looks like it's recovered. So we're learning lessons today. All right, y'all, let's see how that impacted our battery. Ooh, definitely impacted it. Battery 4%. So the battery was at 100% when I started streaming. So the phone getting that hot destroyed the battery. I think with 50%, we'll be good to go to the end of the press conference. But yeah, we will we'll go as long as we can, and I think we'll definitely find out very quickly after 11 o'clock, which is in 13 minutes. I think very quickly after 11 o'clock, we're gonna find out exactly what's been going on with Coach Prime, which is what we're all here for. We're worried about Coach Prime. We're concerned. That's our guy. We want to know that he's okay, and you know, whatever the news is, whatever he needs to do to get well, that's what Coach Prime needs to do. He needs to take care of himself so that he can be here to keep, you know, imparting his wisdom and his legacy and lessons onto these future generations that they're so lucky to have. And those of us who are fans of sport and achievement and high character, highly motivated individuals get a lot of motivation from Coach Prime. I don't think I would have lost that 60 pounds without him, even though I didn't obviously need him to do it. It was the spark that him and Bucky and the players gave me that it jump-started me, you know? It got me going on a path that changed my life. And so anyway, we're all hoping for good news. That's right, our wheat says salute 21, salute 21. And Starbright says, what time is it supposed to start? And user said 1 p.m. Eastern, which is correct. It's 11 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is in about 11 minutes. 11 minutes, and we're gonna play the audio of the press conference here. I'm gonna be playing it on my other phone from DNVR Sports YouTube channel. They usually live stream. I think they live streamed every single press conference last year. I cannot imagine they won't be live streaming this one. If they're not, the CU report will be, somebody will be, and I'll let you guys know what channel I'm listening to. So if you wanna watch the live stream video, you guys will be able to do that on another channel. We don't have a press pass yet. We're hoping to get one, but we still wanted to be here for any and all important CU football events. We try to cover most important Boulder events, but definitely CU football, definitely Buff centric, and you know, anything that you guys want me to cover, just send me a message. And I'm right in the middle of Boulder, so anything in Boulder is easy to get to, and I love being able to cover it for you guys. What's up, AG Ohio? Appreciate you guys tuning in. Hope you're all having a good day wherever you're at. Enjoying the scenery in Boulder, this beautiful stadium. I'll get you guys a couple more shots of the turf. There's a gate up there where you can see inside the field, and the turf looks beautiful. It's gonna be real fast this year. And we got about 10 minutes till the press conference starts. We are eagerly awaiting news from Coach Prime to see what he's been dealing with, hopefully in the past tense. I'm going to be tuning in on this phone to DNVR Sports YouTube channel. I'm sure there's a lot of different media outlets covering it, but I love the DNVR guys. I think that they do one of the best jobs of covering any college football team, but especially some of the best at covering CU. They just have amazing access. They're very knowledgeable. They know ball, as they like to say. They know ball. If you haven't watched the DNVR live streams, I'm usually in the comments whenever I can. The conversations and the comments of the DNVR live streams are goated, along with my guy TLP Sports Club. Shout out Harry B. I love to get in the TLP Sports Club chat and chop it up with Harry B and the guys, but DNVR is my go-to for Buffs news besides myself, but I draw off a lot of what they get because they get a lot of inside access. And we got to meet those guys several times last year at several of the away games. And, you know, they start to recognize the dude with the beard that's live streaming every event. You know, I'm always here, so they start to recognize me, and then they'll say hello. And, you know, I'm just hoping over time, as I build up the website and as we continue to do the coverage, that we'll be able to get a media pass and be in the room with them, asking our own questions. That's the goal. And you guys help us get there. Last season, you gave us so many big streams that honestly, this is a story for another stream, but you guys saved my season tickets. If it wasn't for you guys, I probably would have lost my season tickets that I waited 2 years for. The short version of that story is I use an iPhone, and if you guys use an iPhone, sometimes the iPhone says, hey, do you want to use iCloud Private Relay? And you might be saying, what is iCloud Private Relay? And I'm just like, I'm the same thing. I'm like, oh, privacy. Okay, yeah, privacy, check. Well, using that iCloud Privacy Relay is basically a VPN, which, again, this is why it's a story for another stream, but it basically anonymizes where you're accessing the internet from. And since I bought my tickets with that turned on, they thought that I was a ticket scalper. And they took my tickets away and refunded them without even asking me. They was like, you're a scalper, you can't have tickets. And y'all, I've never sold tickets in my entire life, like in any way, shape, or form. So anyway, having the channel and having so many views on our live streams and stuff made them see that I was not a scalper, and I got my tickets back. It was a couple of months long ordeal, and it was very stressful, but I'll tell you guys that story at another time. Just know that I owe you guys my season tickets, and I'm gonna pay it forward this year by covering everything that I possibly can, as long as I possibly can. Whatever you guys wanna see, I'm here for it, if you're here for it, and I appreciate all you guys that tune in. I would not have my season tickets without you. Neo says Harry B is my guy. I mean, Harry B is just one of the most likable people on the internet. And I'm into all kinds of stuff. I mean, from fitness to woodworking to website building to app building, you know, all different genres of sports, politics, news. I consume a lot of media, and Harry B is just one of the most likable people on the entire internet, in my opinion. It's TLP Sports Club. If you guys are not subscribed to TLP Sports Club, check it out. Also, we're going to be streaming the press conference from DNVR Sports. Definitely two of my favorite channels. And it goes without saying, Well Off Media, Reach the People, The Pregame Network, Uncle Neely. Those are the GOATs. But I do need to mention them because those guys come first. There wouldn't be any of this without Well Off. And right after Well Off, Reach the People. And right after Reach the People, The Pregame Network. And shout out Big Chico. Big Chico's in there as well. So all those channels I follow, I would recommend anybody else follow them as well. And in 5 minutes, guys, the press conference will be going live. We'll be playing the audio here and reacting and commenting along with you guys to what we hear. Corleone says, I've been talking to him, LeJonte, Darius, and Cam. Hell yeah, Corleone. You coming out here this year, Corleone? We got to get up for a game. My guy. Corleone, one of the original to the Love and Liberty live streams. Last year on Halloween, we were walking around and we got to run into Cam Silman Craig, Jeremiah Brown. Who else was with them? It was Jeremiah Brown, Cam Silman Craig. Oh, and Walter, the quarterback from Vanderbilt, that Walt. I forgot his last name now, but we ran into them on the hill. You guys saw last year, we went to all of Travis's events. We got Travis's last signed Heisman hoodie, and that's on camera. So if you watch the live stream from last year at Travis's final signing, we officially got the last Travis Hunter live streamed hoodie signed. And I don't think I'm gonna raffle that one off, but we got a ton of signatures on other pieces of gear that I am gonna raffle off this year to some of you guys. And so yeah, spread the love. Anybody who wants some stream from the spring game, I stood outside right down there and got damn near every single player to sign an official Nike jersey that's number 1. But like sewn on letters, everything, signatures from almost the entire team. I'm probably gonna raffle that off at the end of the year. You guys stay tuned. We're gonna figure out a way to reward our most loyal family. And here's a shot of Coach Prime's Jeep, guys. That's Coach Prime's Jeep right there. He's right inside this building. Hey, Corleone, we're doing really well, man. It's been really blessed and fortunate, and appreciate it, and right back at you. Hope you guys are all doing well, and much love to all the Buffs family. We can get you guys a little shot of the turf while we got 2 minutes till the press conference starts. You guys can see the new turf. We got Coach Prime's Jeep right here. Susie, health is greater than wealth. Absolutely, absolutely. And Coach Prime is a perfect reminder of that today. And we just hope for good news right now and trust that that's what it's gonna be. And we'll be here to react with you guys. Let me go ahead and pull up the stream, y'all. You go ahead and pull up the DNVR stream and we'll get the audio cooking. Yeah, prayers up to Coach Prime. We are hoping for good news right now. And I am looking for the live stream. You guys let me know if you found it yet. I don't see DNVR's live stream is up yet. I'm gonna keep refreshing my phone. As soon as the DNVR stream goes live, then we'll have the audio here and basically just be reacting to you guys to what the news is that we hear. I see that the pregame show is live, but they're not in the press conference, are they? They might have a live feed of the press conference. If they do, let me know. But Uncle Neely is not always inside the press room. Hey, thank you, BD. It's good to see you. Live on... Okay, let's see. All right, the DNVR is about to start, so they are gonna have it. No, this says live in 4 hours. What? All right, y'all. I'll find a different channel. I wanted to watch my guys on their channel, but since we don't see it yet, we're gonna go ahead and pull up another stream. Bear with me. I'm just getting it on my other phone. Man, this is interesting. Why are none of the Boulder media companies streaming right now? This is crazy. This is like... All right, here we go.
is actually approaching a podium right now where he is expected to give a really important update on his health, as well as give an update on his team. This is his first fall camp press conference, and we're about to listen in. Again, we are anticipating an update on the season, but we are also anticipating an update on his health. As he gets set up there, we just want to give you a little bit about what we know. As they were preparing for this press conference, we were looking at different nameplates. You can see there on your screen a doctor. His medical team is joining him for this press conference today. And as we were looking at those nameplates, we saw that one of them is a doctor with the university's cancer center. So we're going to listen in now.
And Lauren with a long last name. I appreciate you all coming today. Thank God that we're here today. We're going to get started with sort of like a timeline on what's all has been transpiring. I know you probably thinking something's going to happen today that ain't going to happen. I don't know where you get the news from. But we're going to kind of break it down to you like we did our team. And it was so wonderful seeing the team yesterday. My God, it was so darn wonderful. Bucky compiled a wonderful video to let them know every step of the way so we wouldn't have to explain every detail, but it was phenomenal. I wish we could show you all that same video. It was extraordinary. I think Bucky's going to put it on his YouTube channel soon after this. But let's get started. Let's kind of give them, let's walk them through. Can we do that? Is that okay with you all? Can we walk you through? Let's go, Law.
Okay, so as you guys know, Coach has his other health issues, his vascular stuff. So every year, Coach goes for a CT scan of his vascular pattern to make sure, the blood clots are away. So with this scan, everything turned out really great from the vascular side. About 2 weeks later, we get a text from his primary care doctor that said, I need to talk to you and Coach. We need to refer you guys to a urologist. So about 3 days later, we go see a urologist. They go in for a quick procedure. The urologist told us, hey, within 10 minutes, I can tell you guys if he's going to need another procedure or if we just need to do these follow-up appointments. And the doctor told us, okay, you guys are going to need another procedure. I'm going to refer you to my colleague, Dr. Kurkasia. But at this point, you have a bladder tumor. From there, we'll go get it removed, and then Dr. Kurkasia, it was, go ahead.
Yeah, so we proceeded with removal of the bladder tumor. It showed a very aggressive,
Let's go backwards, because you guys gave me options that scared me to death.
Oh, well, once we knew.
We'll get there.
I'll
get there.
Okay, I'm sorry.
We removed the tumor. It was very high grade, invading through the bladder wall, not into the muscle layer, something we call very high risk, non-muscle invasive bladder cancer. So we did discuss options. We discussed some options of treatment in the bladder, and we discussed bladder removal as well. Given his commitments to his family and to the team, elected to undergo a bladder removal. We performed a full robot-assisted laparoscopic bladder removal and creation of a new bladder. And I am pleased to report that the results from the surgery are that he is cured from the cancer.
Oh my God, yes. Yes.
You can clap, it's okay then.
Woo! Yes, sir.
Rick was aware of what was transpiring.
Awesome.
He's been A1 and down there. Just a blessing came to Texas to see me as well.
Removed and an artificial one
but
implanted. Oh my God.
Was not an easy task because it was a changing kind of a lifestyle. And with Lauren and I coming from Jackson, this is how many surgeries?
As of from 2021, this is surgery number 14.
Surgery number 14. I had more surgeries out of the game than I did in the game. Like, what is going on? So,
whoa.
But they were so wonderful. You were such a blessing, guiding me to, taking me through, verbalizing every
I can't imagine how he feels
detail
the way I feel
so
right now, guys.
I could make an educated decision, which some didn't want me to go that way. They wanted me to go the other way. But I trusted and believed in you 100%. And the process wasn't easy. Just like there was some scenes that you saw, all the bull junk that transpired on draft day. It wasn't just that. It was just I knew as well I had a surgery coming up. My sons to this day don't know.
A tumor on his bladder that was cancerous.
I just something with my foot again because I wanted them to focus on making the team and not focused on dad. So they really don't know my daughters do. And this joker right here, much love to my son Junior, who have not left my side since we found out what was taking place. Not one day. He's been with me here, been with me in Texas, been with me everywhere, every day, and I've seen his handsome face. And I love you to life, son, and I thank you for everything you bring to the table. But this wasn't easy. Men, everybody, get checked out. Because if it wasn't for me getting tested for something else, they wouldn't have stumbled up on this. And make sure you go to get the right care, because without wonderful people like this, I probably wouldn't be sitting here today, because it grew so expeditiously, I could say. But please get yourself checked out, especially African-American men. We don't like going to the doctors. We don't like nothing to do with a doctor. You know that. So I'm not just talking to the brothers. I'm talking to my Caucasian brothers, my Hispanic brothers, my Asian brothers, my everybody, and my sisters. And that's all, y'all. Get checked out, because it could have been a whole another gathering if I had. I'm thankful. It's been a tremendous journey. It's been tough. I think I dropped 25 pounds. I was like a Atlanta Falcon prime at one point, and just dealing with the catheter, dealing with all the stuff that I had to deal with. And right now I'm still dealing with going to the bathroom. Like, it's a whole life change. Like, I can't, and I'm gonna be transparent, I can't pee like I used to pee. It's totally different. And she not only is a blessing, but she provided other persons that have gone through what I've gone through, so that I could talk to them and get some solace and understand like what I'm facing, not just from a doctor, but from another individual. And to have that been told, like, it's a totally different life. I mean, thank God. I depend on depend. If you know what I mean. I truly depend on depend. Like, I cannot control my bladder. So I get up to go to the bathroom already 4 or 5 times a night. But then I'm sitting up there waking up, like my grandson. We in the same thing. We got the same problem right now. We're going through the same trials and tribulations. We're trying to see who has the heaviest bag at the end of the night. Like, it's ridiculous. But I'm making a joke out of it, but it's real. Like, it is real. It is real. It is real. So if you see porta potty on the sideline, it's real. Okay? I'm just telling you right now, you're going to see it. You're going to see the practice. You're going to see one, because it is unbelievable. Like, dozing off and waking up, on first thing I'm grabbing my crotch to see if I peed on myself. And it's just totally different. And I know it's a lot of people out there going through what I'm going through and dealing with what I'm dealing with. And let's stop being ashamed of it. And let's deal with it. And let's deal with it head on. And there's so many other companies out there that do a wonderful job, but I'm thankful that we have a relationship with Depend, and we're making some other products, trying to make other products that to help all of us through. But it's been tremendous. These two, Lauren came down to Texas and was there with me during it the whole way. Up walking our miles in the morning, because Doc made sure you better walk, you better be active, and we did it until it was some points that I couldn't even get out of the bed for a week at a time, but she was there. I remember yelling 2 o'clock, Lord! Because I had 2 bags, right? Mm-hmm. One was what?
Both were urine, but one it was filled quickly. Very quickly.
Yeah, like blood and urine. It just looked bad, and I'm fishing with 2 bags. I'm trying to make life happen, and couldn't come around my team, and I wanted to be here with my team. I wanted to see the new talent that we brought in. I wanted to see them work, see them train, coach them, and I couldn't. But slowly but surely, I built myself back up to where I'm able, I'm strong, I'm ready. I'm still probably about 12 pounds down. I'm gonna get that right. I'm gonna fill these overalls up like no other. But it has been a tremendous journey, and I'm truly thankful that God is so good. God is so good. You have no idea.
Wow. Cancerous
You have
tumor
no idea
removed, cancer
how
completely
good
gone.
God has been for me to be here.
To talk about it like this is just
You have no idea.
incredible.
Thank you. Thank you both.
Love you, Coach Brown.
Let me add this for all you people that get upset when I start talking about the Lord. I never once through this whole journey said, God, why me? Because I would have to say, God, why being you sit me up here in front of these wonderful people? Why you give me the position of the head football coach of the prestigious university? Why you allow me to father 5 wonderful kids? Why you give me these relationships with these wonderful people? Why me, Lord? Did I have some of the things that I have? I can never say that. I can never say the other side because I'm going to have to ask that. I said, Lord, whatever it is that you're doing, let me know what it is so I could expedite the process. Because I know you got me. I've seen you have my back. I've seen you there in the midst of storms when nobody knew I was going through hell. I've seen you guide me and bring me through. Lord, I would never say why me, but let me know what I need to do so that I can help. And there's some people out there right now dealing with the same issue, affected by that C word that we usually, when we hear that word, is normally a life sentence attached to it. But not this time. But not this time. Because God got me. And I don't take it for granted. I don't want you to take it for granted. Anybody out there, I don't want anybody to take it for granted because it's real. Everybody in this room, I guarantee you, have been affected by that C word somewhere in your life. Some parent, some friend, some loved one, somebody has been affected or infected. Some people have beat it. We have a player have beat it on our team, right? Family members have beat it. And I be darned, I think I will have a wonderful team, ain't it, Doc? We gonna beat it, ain't we?
It's beaten.
It's beaten. Amen.
It's beaten.
Constance, I thank you. I thank you. I thank you, Sarah. Thank you. I thank you, Sam. Everybody in my corner on my team. I thank you for this wonderful university, for backing me, just giving me time to heal and to come back, better than ever. Now, questions. Let's go.
Coach, wonderful to see you.
Wonderful to see you too, Rob.
Congratulations on the great
I see
news.
you've been cheating on us with the Broncos.
Well, but not today. I left
I
them.
appreciate it.
Always. A question for you, and also a question for Doc. For Doc, just curious, moving forward, what does this look like? Does anything change in regard to his day-to-day? And then, Coach, as you look through, you're talking about you never said
One
why
at a
me.
time, Rob.
Oh,
I
okay.
can't remember that kind of stuff.
All right.
Day to day, I think will, for most patients, becomes just a new way of life. But outlook, very good. We'll just keep them on routine surveillance scans. Other than that, nothing else.
And help me with this pee problem.
Valerie, that's why I need to press
Coach,
pass.
You guys think I'm playing. Like I'm too old for this.
As you look back and you said you never asked why me, you've always been this
Right.
positive person. When you look at the challenges outside of the physical challenges, kind of mentally, emotionally, what has been the biggest challenge for you in this process?
What has been the biggest challenge? Another boring question.
Getting people to understand that it ain't about me. It's about y'all. Everything I deal with is like a tool to reach more, to affect more, to challenge more, to love more, to give more. That's what this is about. This ain't about me. Because for me to go through this, the devil had to ask God, have you considered my servant prayer?
Wow.
That's Bible if you don't know.
Wow.
Go ahead and try it. I know he gonna praise me. I know he gonna magnify me. I know he gonna glorify me. And that's what has transpired. So I don't mind going through the afflictions I go through because I know the result. And we helping some folks today. There's some folks right now calling the doctors, scheduling checkups. There's some wives out there say, baby, I told you. It's some whosoever wills that ain't been to see a doctor in years, but they gonna go get a checkup. Because if it could happen to Prime, baby, it could happen to you. That's what they're saying. They may not have the speed. They may not have the ability to maneuver, but they got the will to make it. That's why. It's your girl.
Oh my goodness.
Hey, Coach, over here, sorry. Pat Graham, Associated Press. Two-parter. I'll just ask the first one first. And that's, you had a very powerful video yesterday your son put out about, planning for a will and how emotional that was. Can you, going back to that moment and to this point and being cured in this announcement, could you have imagined this point and what was that journey like? And when hearing the words, hey, this is cured, what did that mean to you?
Well, first things first. You don't want to be a fool and leave and not have your business affairs in order. So, matter of fact, Lauren was there, as well as my attorneys. And the funny thing is about that, you sitting up there ranking your kids again. Let me see. Shiloh deserves how much? Bossy, she left Colorado to go elsewhere. Let me see. Like you're really going through this stuff. Making sure your mama's straight. Yeah, I'm serious. You rank your kids too. I'm not the only one. So you had to deal with that and going through that. So you're straight. But the second part of that question was
basically just reflecting back on from that point to this point. I mean, how I guess the range of emotions you experienced when you heard.
I'm always positive, man. I would get upset when my body don't allow me to do the things that I want to do, and she can attest to that. I mean, you got to understand, I'm out in the morning at 7 a.m. Lauren, let's go, baby. Let's hit this walk. Let's get this walk. And I got 2 bags full of blood and urine with me walking. Like I'm like, let's go, because you know what? Doc told me I got to walk. Right?
Yep.
And I walked with 1.3, right? At least 1.3.
At least 1.3.
Yeah, so until the times that I couldn't. So I've never looked down. I'm always looking up, and I'm always trying to go get it because I want to be the best Prime I could be for everybody. For everybody.
And then my second part was, sorry about related to football, but you have a great coaching staff. How much have you relied on that, and how much will you rely on them this season, maybe to help out?
I don't have to rely on them. I'm back, baby. I'm back. I don't rely on them no more. I'm going to be with them. The Bible says, remember the rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Okay, so we're going to comfort one another. And I love them. We have a wonderful staff, and thank God that they're good enough that I don't have to babysit. I don't have to be there every minute too. And I know they got that. It ain't like I told them anything. I think they found out yesterday, like the team found out. They didn't know. And first of all, constantly, let me thank God for our team, Sam, our team that didn't disclose this to anyone. We did a good job. Usually you have a couple of leaks, but we were pretty good that we didn't disclose this to anyone because you guys definitely would have told it. So I'm thankful for that as well. But Sarah, thank God, baby. I love you to life. Every time we go to the hospital, I hate going to the hospital, but every time we go, you're a true blessing for us, and thank you so much. I have you up on the Sarah the plug in my phone. You connected to everybody. Next question.
Rylan Scholes from Ralph Report. You spoke about this at the beginning of the presser, but what kind of support have you felt from the guys on your team, both the football team and medical?
Football team didn't know. So Lauren and a few people, but our medical team, I know I keep saying it, but she is a gift from God. She really is. You have no idea the sacrifices she made to make sure I was comfortable. She does it for other patients as well, but she is a tremendous blessing, her and her family. So I'm truly thankful that you could tell when you have a doctor that care and they're invested in it, they're invested in making sure you're okay to details and all the persons that I was connected to understand what I'm up against.
Adam, go ahead. Adam, Mr. Tiger, 24/7 Sports.
How you doing, Adam?
Doing well. Lauren, I actually wanted to ask you a question. You've been with Coach Prime through his foot issues as well. What's it been like just being by his side and seeing the resiliency that he's had over the years?
Pretty amazing. He's never folded, not one time. Even when he was making a decision on what treatment route to go on. Everything was for, no question, it was for his sons and for the football team. He knew his two things in life.
Don't forget my daughters now. I got 2 girls.
Sorry, yeah, all kids, I
They
guess.
gonna be mad. Yeah,
All 5 of them. But he's never folded, never waved, not one time. Everything is, you couldn't ask for sometimes a better patient because he wants to get up and get going right away. So it's been awesome. It's been awesome. It's been a hectic journey. It's been a lot, but there's a blessing, right, in disguise with all this. So.
Hey, Coach. So glad you're doing well.
What's going on, boss?
What's going on? Doc was kind of sharing the details there of when you were kind of presented with a big decision when you found out about the cancer. Can you kind of just take us into that and why you went down the path you did?
Well, Doc, can you explain what went along with the different decisions?
Sure. Yeah. So the type of cancer he has a very high recurrence rate, and there can be progression as well. So the options for that type of cancer is to treat it within the bladder, which would be a long series of treatments, 3 years coming down to my office, getting the treatments in the bladder, with still a 50% chance of recurrence. And so that was when we talked, his values did not align with that. His values aligned with being there for his family and for the team, and wanted to move forward with the curative option, which was the bladder removal.
Coach, you admitted it was scary when you heard the original diagnosis. When did you realize you were going to be able to coach again? And is that the plan to coach?
I always knew I was going to coach again. I didn't realize I was going to coach again. I was always going to coach. It was never in my spirit, in my heart, that God wouldn't allow me to coach again. That's never thought like that. It's just that I didn't want to be running down to the hospital once a week when I got all this on my plate. I didn't want that. And I was even like, okay, can they bring one of the machines and put them in the office? I'm serious, like I'm dead serious.
We had a lot of conversations.
Yeah, a lot of conversations.
Yeah.
And Doc would look at me like, he is crazy.
No.
Yes,
No.
I saw it in your eyes. He is crazy. Is he like this when he coached? Yeah, but we worked it out.
Ryan, go ahead.
Hey, Coach. Brian Howell, Boulder Daily Camera. I have 2 questions for you. First off, this whole offseason seems like it's been quite an emotional journey for you between becoming a grandfather and seeing your sons go to the NFL and all this. What's this offseason been like for you, just that emotional?
It's been wonderful. It's been a blessing. A lot of blessings comes with the luggage of tribulation and trials. But if you built for the trials, you enjoy the journey. See, most people are result type oriented people. Like they just want the money, they want the goal, they want the dream. I love the process. I love the journey. I'm attracted to it. I'm dedicated to it. I love it. I eat and sleep and drink it. I love the journey. So understanding the journey that I've been on each year has been tremendous. And we're only in the beginning of it. And we already got 1 win stacked up. So I'm happy.
So along with that, that leads into my follow-up is that yesterday you had the team meeting. You enjoyed that journey as well. How good was it for you to get back in front of your team and
wonderful.
Just be where you'd like to be?
Oh my God, wonderful. I'm sitting up there seeing new faces. I'm seeing new body types. Swayze has done our head strength and conditioning, done a wonderful job. Some of the players, I know it, I ain't recognize them. Like, good Lord, Lou, I've been working. They've been calling, DMing me, texting me. They've been staying in contact, but it's another thing to see them and just to see their faces when I'm up there speaking to them, as well as this morning, because they got a lot of things to do academically and wholeheartedly this morning that they're doing. But it was wonderful just to be back. See the new field, the new turf is unbelievable. Thank you, Rick. The new turf, you guys don't understand. Like, I don't know if any of you have yards, like at your cribs, but it's something about, I don't know if it's the mist or the dew, but it gets a little slippery in the afternoons, early morning. That's what the field does. So we have a wonderful AD that wanted to eliminate that so that we could make sure we have every possibility of getting to the playoffs and having a suitable field. So that was behind the thought process.
Hey, Coach. Good to see you again.
Good to see you.
Back Maybe more for your doctors rather than you, but what is the process of a bladder, I guess, removal, and like, what did you go through during that whole process, Coach, of, you know, having your bladder taken out and a prosthetic?
For the doctors first.
Yeah, so thanks for the question. At the University of Colorado, UC Health, we usually do the procedure robotically. So it's a laparoscopic surgery where we attach a robot to the patient and then we do all the maneuvering of the robot. And then once the bladder comes out, we also take some lymph nodes, make sure it hasn't spread, and it didn't. And then we make a new bladder for people. We use their own intestines, so they don't have to take immunosuppression, but it is a new way of life and it is a learning curve for sure.
And you got to understand when all that is going on, you finally wake up and you try to move. It feels like everything inside of you. I think we have clips of this stuff. We got receipts to everything. But it was dynamic. It was tough. It wasn't a cakewalk. It wasn't easy. Even using the bathroom thereafter was a challenge because they wouldn't let me leave until I used the bathroom. So thank God we got that through. Yeah, that was a fight. It was a fight. But we made it. It
was a fight.
Dog was like, yeah, it was a fight.
Hey, Coach, Leo Barrett with Scope Up Sports.
How you doing?
There's been a lot of support from your fan base throughout this time, and the questions. Do you have a message to them and the people who, outside your extended family who have been supporting you?
I love them. I appreciate them. I adore them. I don't take them for granted. I'm gonna just roll down these names real quick because I just feel compelled. Okay, Travis Hunter, Nate Newton, Michael Irvin, Redmond, Corey Fuller-Hart, Pastor Keon, Pastor Dewey, Deshaun Jackson, Alfonso Williams, Rick George, Cedric Buckley, Pretty Tone is what they call it. Reginald Calhoun, Wheezy, Lil Twist, Constant Sam,
Yeah, so real, Valerie.
KK and Mont, Pac-Man Jones, Big George, Sap, and Little George, Leon and Jennifer. They all came to visit. Leon and Jennifer is there every day. You have no idea what that did for me. Just to get visits. First of all, I didn't want to see anybody. I'm 180 pounds soaking wet. At that time, I didn't want to see nobody. I didn't want to see nobody seeing me down, and I'm barely moving around the house, walking like Fred G. Sanford. And the G ain't for good. And it wasn't a good look, and I like to be strong and I like to be me. But I'm thankful that they came to give me love and support and to pray for me. DC Youngfly called me this morning, prayed for me. Like, he called it down for heaven. DC, I love you, boy, and I appreciate you. Let me tell you something. Randy Moss called me every other day to make sure I was straight. Wow. Randy Moss prayed for me. He and his wife told me what I need to be doing. He's gone through some things very similar. But Randy Moss, man, I love him to life, love him more than ever. I prayed, he told me he's going to come to a game this year. I prayed that, but he gave me so much strength and so much guidance and so much love, respect, and appreciation. Thank you, Randy. I really appreciate you. I really do.
Salute, Randy.
But so many people reached out, to me, DM me and text me and try to get at me. I think we changed numbers a couple of times. We got one more number changed as well. So I apologize to those of you that I hadn't got back to, but it's going to be another number change. I'm just letting you know. Yes.
So this is a scary diagnosis. I understand if you don't get early detection like we do, it can be as dangerous as some of the most deadly cancers.
Yes.
Can you talk, both of you, maybe a little bit about that initial fear?
Well, the initial thing you do is what we all do. We Google. And that's the wrong thing to do because they tell you you're gonna die, dog. I mean, like they pretty much say that when you Google it, and you don't want to see that mess. Whoever doing Google, you need to change it up because that ain't the thing to look at when you're going through what I went through. Like, you got about 30 days, man. Like that's the way it seems like it's talking to you, and you don't want that. And you got to. That's why you got to rely on your faith. You got to rely on your faith and these wonderful people that's telling you the truth. Like, Doc, shoot it straight. Yeah, when they start turning their head to the side, it's getting ready to come. It's real. But she never falsified anything. She told me what was 100, and Never said, well, you should do this and you should do that. She just explained everything to me so that I could make the decision that I felt like I needed to make for me and my family. Great question.
Couple more, Jeff.
Couple more questions.
Address that as well.
Yes.
How scary this cancer.
Yeah. So the bad side of this cancer is, if it does progress to the muscle, the rate of metastasis is about 50%. Only about 10% of people live 5 years, even with our current medical treatment, if it metastasized. So, very lucky to have found it at this stage where it was still, I could say the word cure. Because I don't use that word lightly as a cancer doctor. And I think, there's a lot of patients where we don't have that same conversation.
So I'm thankful for the checkup. And I fight them on going to get the checkups. So I'm telling you all again, please, not just you people out there watching, but you people in here, get checkups. Please go get checkups.
Do you want to share the timeline on the checkup versus the surgery or not? How much time did you have to make that decision?
Yeah, we were in spring ball during the time. So he had the imaging beginning of spring ball or mid-spring ball. By beginning of May, we were already, the surgery was already done. So it went quick, within a month, less than a month.
Yeah.
Over to your right, for you and the doctor, if possible. Chip Legwell, ESPN. I've known several people, including my dad, who've had this. And they often speak of the frustration of just dealing with the day-to-day of going to the bathroom or other activities you took for granted. Did you have that frustration, anger at any point during the initial?
No, I thank God for the pen because I got help. But early on, early on, I tried to do my own thing and order me some drawers off Amazon that was going to catch the pee at night, and it didn't do a good job. And now my housekeeper's got to come and change the sheets every day. But it's tough. But I was warned about the trials and what I'm going to have to go through. And it's a whole new lifestyle. That's pretty much how Doc explained it to me. It's a whole new lifestyle. I already have a new lifestyle. I got 8 toes, man. Like I'm sitting up here talking to you with 8 toes. Like and half of my legs are cut out like shark bites. So I'm built for this, man. I'm built for this. I'm the gentleman standing right by you just went through some trials and tribulations, and he's standing up there looking as good as me with his hat on. So I pray for him, and I love him to life, and he's a champion to all of us. He's fought back, and now he's back on the horse, literally, and he's doing his thing.
You've kind of touched on it, but what was it like staring death in the face and dealing with...
I didn't stare death in my face. I stared life in the face, man. Man, you think I'm playing when I tell you I'm God's guy? I really am. I'm allowed to go through these trials and tribulations, touch and reach and bless people with my words, with the energy, with that thing that God gave me. So I never thought about no death. I had to make a will because I want to be a business. I want to be a good steward, for my kids and for my family. But no, I got too much life to be thinking about death. Too much life. I got too much life in me, and I got work to do. We got to win the 3rd championship. You talking about death? No. God definitely ain't getting ready to take me before that.
Couple more, Mark. Go ahead.
Yeah, Mark Kisla, Denver Gazette. You just touched on that, and we heard very clearly there was no doubt in your mind you were going to coach again.
Right.
But when you're taking your walk with the 2 bags or fishing with the 2 bags, how did it reaffirm, or how did you reflect on where football and coaching fits in your life and why you want to do this?
Football, the decision I made and the surgery I chose was based on not just family, it was based on football. I didn't want to be going weekly to the hospital while I know I got practices. So football is in there. My faith is number one. Football is somewhere down the line, behind family and all of that, but my faith is definitely number one. So I never second guessed that, and we're here, man.
We're here.
Too blessed to be stressed.
Hey, Coach, you and I talked enough to know that where you and I both sit, we look at those opportunities for testimony, which you're certainly doing here today. what were you or how were you communicating with your team during this time when there wasn't much information out there? And what are you saying to them now about this?
I wasn't really communicating with my team much because I didn't FaceTime because, you know, even with my kids, I think I made a mistake in FaceTime Shador one time, and he's like, "What's wrong with you?" Like, you know, but I didn't do it with my team, but I talked to them, and but sometimes I would talk and my voice was really raspy, and I really, you could tell I was sick. But just the message of hope I've always exuded. Just the message of I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna get through this. Well, let's just stay focused on what you got because I'm gonna be all right. That's pretty much was my message, and I would keep in touch with the different coaches and challenge them to go to the next level. In my absence, they didn't know what was going on. They just knew it had to be something if I'm not here, because they know I love to sleep here, not just coach here.
Coach Prime, Kelly Worthman with CBS Colorado. Question perhaps for both you and the doctor. You say that this is also, you're a vessel for the message to get yourself checked, no matter who you are or where you are. But I wonder if there's things a person should be looking out for to know that they might be at risk or perhaps are in the condition that you were, Coach.
So I am also grateful to be here to talk about bladder cancer. So bladder cancer is the fourth most common cancer in men. The early signs are usually blood in the urine. Blood in the urine in absence of infection is never normal and should always get checked out. I think people should see their primary care doctors, as Coach mentioned, to initiate that. But I think, just really making sure that you're going to your primary care doctor visits, staying well, eating well, don't smoke. Coach was never a smoker, and it's one of the people that just unfortunately got bladder cancer, but that's also something that's very heavily associated with bladder cancer.
I didn't have any signs whatsoever. I wasn't on any chart, any list for what this would obtain, to obtain bladder cancer. But it is what it is. That's why I know I'm a messenger, man. Sweetheart, I'm a messenger. Just delivering a message to all. Yes, ma'am.
To that point, what would be your message to people who might feel embarrassed or scared of what they could find if they were to go check it on their health? How would you inspire them?
Do you rather be dead? Or would you rather be here dealing with something and being blessed to work with a wonderful doctor like this that knows she ain't no joke? Like, I don't know if you said this, Doc, I think I might have dreamt it, but I think you said that as good as I was, you better.
I am very grateful to be part of your care team, and I do not remember saying that.
I think you said that, Doc.
No.
I think you said that. I don't know if I dreamt that,
dream on them painkillers.
So I was confident.
Courtney Fromm with Fox 31. Glad you're doing okay. Question for Doc. Was there any possibility that the new bladder could be rejected by his body?
So we use people's own small intestine, so there's no chance of rejections. They don't have to take any immunosuppressants, anything like that. The bad thing with immunosuppressants is they also increase infection risk. So the natural choice is something that's already their own, and it can be formed into kind of a ball, which is the same shape as a urinary bladder. Works a little bit differently, but does the job very well.
All right, we'll close it out.
Okay. Hey, Coach Jack Harlow.
Jack Harlow, my
Jack
man.
Harlow, let's go.
You know I missed you, dog.
I miss you too. I'm really glad that you're doing better.
There you go.
Yeah, really happy to see you again
Thank you.
today.
Jack is a legend, by the way.
Let's go, Jack Harlow.
I just love your sense of humor about this whole thing. Just where does that come from, making jokes, and just how much does that kind of help the process?
There's a scripture that says God uses the foolish things to confound the wise. No symptoms, no nothing. Healthy, going in there to look at something else, you find something else. Bless me with this wonderful doctor that is better at her game than I was at mine. And I'm on assignment, man. I'm on assignment, and I'm in alignment with where I'm supposed to be. I'm not lost. I'm not here by mistake. God planted me here. Boulder, Colorado? Who would ever thought you come from Jackson State to Boulder, Colorado? That don't make sense, but I'm here.
Let's go, Boulder. Damn right.
And I'm thankful. So I'm happy and elated about everything, and especially this opportunity that I have to coach these young men and to lead some of these women that are part of our organization, a part of this program. I'm so thankful to be back in Boulder. You have no idea. But I never doubted one bit that I would be. But I know it was just a matter of time. So sometimes it may not happen when you desire it to happen, but it's just a matter of time. And I'm thankful that the matter of time that God chose to keep me there in Texas to rehabilitate me, to bless me, to inspire me, to feed me with words and that spirit and that fight, and that I was going to come back here right on time, praying for my sons, praying for my daughters, praying for my team. And my team told me so many wonderful things, and they text me so many wonderful things, and they DM so many wonderful things that I love these young men to life. And I'm thankful that God chose me
This is the year,
to
y'all.
coach them.
This is the
And
year.
to be right here.
It's a storybook
Jack
year.
Harlow.
You heard it here first. This is the storybook
Jack
year, y'all.
Harlow. Did I say it right?
Jack, C-A-R.
Carlo. See, I messed it up again. Jack Carlo. At Jack Carlo?
Jack underscore, yeah.
Jack underscore Carlo. He needs at least 10,000 new followers. All right? At least 10,000. And stay out them DMs because they get you in trouble, dog. I'm telling you. From experience, I'm telling you. Thank you. God bless you all. Appreciate it.
All right, Coach Prime. Let's go. Let's go. All right, y'all. Well, this is Coach Prime's Jeep right here. I assume he's probably going to be here the rest of the day. I doubt he's just going to leave after the press conference, but I really don't know. I haven't seen a whole... Players have looked like that they've been leaving, so I don't know if there's practice today, if practice is over, but we're going to hang out outside a little bit and see if Coach Prime does come out. We're going to give him a big cheer, even if we're all by ourselves. We're just going to let him know how grateful we are that he's doing well, and how grateful we are to have him in Boulder, how lucky we are, and thankful that this was good news today. And the doctor said he is cured. She said that she does not, as a cancer doctor, use the word cure lightly. She said once that cancer metastasizes, the average person has less than 5 years to live, but specifically they got Coach Prime's tumor before it metastasized, so it did not metastasize. There was no spread whatsoever, and she said that Coach Prime is cured, he is healed, the cancer is gone, and I know you guys all share my intense positive feelings about that. I mean, watching that press conference, you guys might have gotten a little choked up like I did a couple of times, just because the courage, conviction, honesty, character, integrity of Coach Prime is why most of us here are fans. It's why we follow. It's why we support. It's many of us have seen it for decades and know how rare those traits are among men, sadly. Sadly, we need more men like Coach Prime. And so the thought of him going through something and suffering in any way when he's been such a lighthouse of positivity and all of the attributes that we want young men to be taught with and raised with, and to see a rare stand-up man like that go through something undeserved is hard. It's a little depressing, but like he said, sometimes these events can all be part of a bigger picture. He said there's no telling how many men are going to go get checked today because they hear this. And I mean, just think about how powerful that is. He could save multiple lives by inspiring countless men and women to go get checked out. I saw Susie said she had an appointment she was putting off, and she shared that in the chat, so I think it's okay for me to repeat that. I saw some of you saying that you had your own battles with cancer, and my heart goes out to all of you and anyone who's ever had to deal with cancer, because it is one of the most terrifying things that we can face as humans. And you heard Coach Prime say what happened when he Googled the cancer he had. And if you didn't hear, he said, never Google, go to the doctor, because he said Google made him feel like he had 5 days to live. And that's real. Imagine, close your eyes, put yourself in Coach Prime's shoes. Imagine signing that contract that everybody was praising. Imagine being the most talked about head coach in all of college football. Imagine knowing what we know that he's building, that he knows even better than we know. Imagine all of that, and then thinking you might have 5 days, a week, a month, a year, 5 years to live. It will put the humanity back in all of us real quick, and that's what we need. We lose focus on what really matters in life, and what matters in life is health. Health is wealth. And I didn't know how this press conference was going to go today. I'm so glad that it was good news. I'm so glad that the news is not that, he's recovering, but that he is cured. The news is that Coach Prime is cured. And I'm so grateful for that. And it really just makes me feel like there's something else going on this year. Like, this year is going to be one of those storybook years. The way that the team is coming together, the news today about Coach Prime and what he's been through and what he's overcome, it is all looking like it's going to culminate into being a year for the history books. Here's the CU media team coming in. You guys probably recognize from the videos. And we'll probably see some players, but this is Coach Prime's Jeep right here. So in case he was gonna shoot out for a lunch break or something, we are just going to stand here and tell him that we love him and support him and are grateful for him to be here if we see him. So thank you guys for hanging out. Let me know where you're tuning in from across the world. And we get to celebrate this good news today that Coach Prime is cured. And he said during the interview, somebody said, are you going to rely on your staff? And he said, I don't have to, because I'm here, baby. So he is, not only is he here, he's here with the mindset of, I'm in control, I've got this, the struggle is behind me. Other than, he mentioned there may be a porta potty on the sideline. He mentioned some very personal struggles that he now has because of this ordeal. And it just takes a real man. It takes a loving and caring man who wants other people to learn from their experiences, to share the amount of details that Coach Prime did today. And man, it was very emotional. It was very powerful. It was inspirational, as Coach Prime always is, but we haven't seen Coach Prime in a life or death situation other than, I don't remember when he had the car accident many, many years ago, how much that was in the news, because I found out about it after the fact. But certainly in recent history, we haven't had to get this real with Coach Prime. And seeing that he handles these situations the same way he handles losing a tough game is amazing. It's amazing. I have a hard time picturing being able to be that strong, in that situation, but also respect to him for being able to lock down the story and not have stories leaking out of the players, not have stories leaking out of his staff, not have rumors and gossip leaking. They kept a tight lid on it. They controlled the narrative, and they used it to their benefit. And they used it to draw as many eyeballs to the press conference today and to the videos that Bucky is posting, to use that to help other men go get checked and look out for these things themselves, so that like Coach Prime, they can catch it before it metastasizes, when it still can be cured. And can't lose sight of in a life or death situation. The Sanders family used it to help other people. And that's why we're here, y'all. That's why most of us tune in. It's an amazing family, amazing group of men, amazing group of leaders. And we need to amplify, uplift, support, share the messages of good stand-up men with integrity as much as possible. In a world filled with despicable men who have no integrity, who do not honor truth, who do not honor courage, who do not honor love and dedication and commitment and hard work, we have to amplify and spread the messages of the ones like Coach Prime who do. If it wasn't for Coach Prime, I wouldn't have the energy that I have today. I've lost 60 pounds since Coach Prime has come to Boulder, and it wouldn't have happened without Coach Prime and Well Off Media, because, well, that's a story for another time. We'll get into it. We're gonna have a whole video about it coming up soon, about how Coach Prime helped me lose 60 pounds, changed my life. You can see me in the reflection of the window. I used to be 60 pounds heavier. And thanks to Coach Prime, I feel like I have a whole new life. My energy is completely different. My life is different. And so then to hear that he's struggling with something really hurt, but to find out today that it's cured and that he's on the other side of it, man, it feels good. All right, you guys, we're gonna walk around a little bit and just chat with you all. Let me know your thoughts on the press conference today. Let me know your thoughts on the upcoming season. Anything you guys want to talk about. We will hang out for a little while, see if Coach Prime does come out. What's up, Smitty? We appreciate you guys, man. Thank you for all you do, man. That's the Nike rep, Smitty. You guys have seen him on Well Off. And, you know, they don't all like the cameras, but we just showing them love to make sure that everybody knows, hey, we see you. We know who you are. We appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing. Thank you for being part of Coach Prime's staff, because y'all know he's picking people very, very carefully. He curates the people around this team like no one else. And you can just pretty much rest assured that if somebody has Coach Prime's stamp of approval, that they're, you know, a GOAT in their own right at whatever they do. Whether it's his doctors, his trainers, his coaches. Y'all make sure and check out the podcast episode we did on Coach Swayze, the new strength coach. We did a complete deep dive into Coach Swayze's career and his philosophy and, you know, his short tenure with the Buffs so far, what he's accomplished. We talked about all of the NFL legends that he helped produce from Miami when he was at Miami for, I think, like 16 years. So you guys check out that podcast and stay tuned, because we're going to be live all season covering everything Boulder, everything Buffs. Anything you guys ask us to cover, we'll be there. Valerie says Coach Swayze is the truth. He really is. And just watching him in the Well Off videos, I could tell that this man is on another level. But then when I did a deep dive into him, which is what I shared on the podcast, finding out about his entire career, his entire history, how many pros he's sent to the NFL, Hall of Famers, all pros, it's mind-blowing. I mean, this guy is a legend like Coach Prime in the football fitness world, and he deserves, you know, to have his story told. So you guys can see a couple of videos back. We did a podcast episode on Coach Swayze. Check it out if you want to catch up on everything that makes him so impressive. And we have a lot of other podcast episodes coming out every week. Next week is going to be about our weight loss journey, about how Coach Prime helped me lose 60 pounds, and probably be like a 20-minute episode. And then we'll have a little branch off series on the channel about fitness, because I learned so much in the last couple of years losing weight. That I have been an athlete all my life, My dad was a trainer for the Colts and the Pacers. I was in the Marine Corps. I thought I knew fitness. I thought I knew nutrition. I thought I knew everything, but I didn't. I had so much to learn, and I'm going to share with you guys everything that I learned for free to help any of you who also have, any body composition goals that you want to address, because everybody is beautiful, but it's how you feel in it. And I had lost all my energy. I had no energy. I could not walk around the city. I was having a hard time just walking my dog enough to keep him exercised. And, fast forward to today, I have more energy than I did than I ever have in my life, than when I was a teenager. And I owe it to Coach Prime. And we're going to talk about that in the next podcast. TDC, can you share your meal plans? TDC, make sure you subscribe, because it's too much to share in one episode. So once we kick it off with the podcast, I'm going to have weekly videos on everything you guys want to talk about with fitness or nutrition, so that by the time the season starts, you're going to know everything that I learned. But, we might do 30 minutes on nutrition. We might do 30 minutes on designing an exercise plan. And then we might just do, follow-up videos on the questions that people have. But I'm going to show you guys how to use different apps that are integrated with AI that can really help you. And the purpose of using an app is because if you're going to exercise or you're going to cut calories that you're eating, you want it to be efficient, right? You don't want to waste time. You don't want to cut too many calories. You don't want to cut not enough calories. You don't want to work out and then not eat enough protein, so you can't even build any muscle from the workout that you did. And these are all things we're going to talk about, but I want to do it in videos that are focused and to the point that you guys can watch whenever you forget or whenever you need a refresher. You can share with your friends and family who have their own goals. But let me say this about the meal planning and the nutrition. You can eat whatever you want. You can eat pizza, you could eat donuts, you can eat burgers, you could eat fried chicken, but you're going to learn how much you can eat. And you're going to learn that if you choose to eat French fries, that's fine. You can eat French fries, but if you're staying within your calorie budget, you might be able to eat a quarter pound of French fries, whereas you could eat a whole pound of mashed potatoes. So I'm going to teach you guys how to learn stuff like that, where you get to choose and you can substitute whatever you want. You can eat whatever you want on any given day, but you're going to know what the balance is that you're taking in so that you can account for it. And that allows you to... Another thing that I want to say is there is zero exercise required. You can get completely lean with zero exercise, no cardio, no weightlifting, only learning how to manage your calories. But if you want to exercise, that means you either want to increase your muscle size, increase your muscle strength, or increase your stamina. And the only reason the exercise relates to eating is that on the days that you exercise, you're going to get to eat a little bit more calories on those days. But if you don't exercise, you just eat a little bit less calories and you still lose the weight. So we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to go into detail. I'm going to give you guys the tools for free that you need to change your body the same way I did. And other than that, we're just going to be doing twice as much Buffs coverage this year. So we'll have twice as much Buffs coverage plus the whole fitness branch of the channel that's going to just be dedicated towards helping you guys accomplish whatever your goals are, giving you the knowledge and the science to do it in a sustainable way that will be easier than you ever thought possible. What makes it easy is that none of this stuff is hard to do. What makes it hard is you have to have patience. This is not a boot camp where you lose it all in 30 days or 3 months. This is how to change your life so that every month for the rest of your entire life, it's easy, and every single month you're a little bit closer to what your ideal goal is. And that's the name of the game, slow and steady. Me trying to play catch up is what wrecked me. When I learned how to do it slow and steady, that's when everything changed. And that's what I'm going to share with you guys. All right, y'all. We got another media channel it looks like they're interviewing some players going in and out. I don't know what channel they are. I'm just keeping an eye out as I walk up and down to see if Coach Prime pops out this door, because there's his Jeep right there. So he pops out the door, hops in the Jeep, usually when he's leaving. But hasn't been here for a while. He very well may be here until tonight. So we're just going to hang around for a couple more minutes, celebrate the good news. Man, I'm imagining what I would feel like walking around right now if the press conference would have gone differently. And I just feel so grateful. I feel so happy and so positive. And now the weather, it's super hot, but it just feels good. There's a little breeze blowing. And if the heat feels good and uplifting, whereas I think if that press conference would have gone another way, I would have just had to sign off and get home, and I would have been sad, and I'd probably stay inside today because it's so hot. But this is making me want to go get in the creek, swim. If you guys don't know about Boulder Creek, it's you don't think there's a beach in Boulder, but there is. It's just the beach to a creek. But there's rope swings, there's swimming holes, there's areas where you can just wade in. You can tube. It's not like white water, but it's, there's little waterfalls and rapids, and you can rent tubes anywhere in the city, and you can just tube down. Hey, there's the voice of the Buffs right there. His name is Mark something, but it's the voice of the Buffs, the guy, the stadium voice, and he does a podcast as well. You guys probably know his name. I think it's Mark something. All right, guys. I know I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but it's just a good day, man. It's a good day to know that Coach Prime is healed, and cured was the word that the doctor used, not him or Bucky, but the doctor said cured, and doesn't get much better than that. Doesn't get much better than the cancer doctor saying that Coach Prime is cured. All right, you guys let me know if there's anything else you want to chop it up about, if there's anything else you want to discuss. It looks like we've got the credentialed press coming out of the press conference, and they've got their tripods, their gear. See a Browns hat, which is cool. And yeah, trying to get there in the future. Trying to get in that room as a one-man media company. We'll see if that happens. .26% battery, so we got enough battery to keep going for a few minutes anyway. Seeing if we see any of the media or press people that we recognize. So far, I might recognize these guys if they said who they were with, but I don't recognize any of them just by looking at them. What a great day. Might take a look at the practice field and see. I can't imagine that there's anything going on in this heat outdoors. Unless Coach Swayze just wants them to sweat, because they're probably not going to play any games in this heat. Fall in Boulder. Although we got some Texas games. We got 3 games in Texas, Houston, TCU, and is it also Texas Tech again? I feel like there's three Texas games this year. But let's go up to the practice field and just see if anything's going on, and then we'll run back down. All right, I had to stop for a second because Wi-Fi was trying to connect by itself. We already found out that Wi-Fi signal is really bad, so we're just using LTE. Beautiful stadium, Folsom Field. It's gonna be an amazing year, guys. What a year. This is gonna be a storybook year, I'm telling you now. This year is special. Last year was special. No doubt last year was super special. Travis and Shador, Shiloh, all the guys. I can't name them all. You guys already know. It'll be naming all our favorite players for 10 minutes. Just the ones that we're going to follow in the NFL next year. But, man, this year feels special. I think this is going to be one of those years. And I'm going to pull this clip as a short. Say that I predicted it. This year is going to be special. Coach Prime's story, everything he's gone through, the team that's building around Juju and Caden Salter, the wide receiving room, the running back room, the offensive and defensive line rooms, the linebacker room, the DB room, every room. It's going to be a year, man. It's going to be an exciting year. Here's the practice field. You guys can kind of see the layout. So yeah, like we thought, no practice going on today. But this is where the buff walk happens. And come through these gates and enter the stadium right there. And we're always here for the buff walk to film it for you guys live on game day. And then after the buff walk, we go inside the stadium and we live stream the pregame warm-ups. So if you didn't catch that last year, make sure you subscribe and turn on your notifications and get ready for this season. Because every Buffs event, the Buff walks before the game, the pep rallies the night before the game, any player interviews that are done in the community, or even events like this where we can't necessarily get in, but we can be on the ground outside and just report from the atmosphere. Anything you guys send us that you want us to attend and live stream, we will do it. And you just let us know if you see something on Instagram. And those streams are always fun. I don't know if you guys can see, there's still snow on the mountains back there. Can you see? Let me give you, any of you who haven't seen a shot inside the stadium while I'm here, let me just jog up here real quick. Can't miss this shot while we're here. While we're here, we might as well get it. Might as well get it. All right, let's go. Man, it's gonna be a year, y'all. It's gonna be a great year. Look at that turf. The mountains. Focus. See media down here. Set up. Right over here is Coach Prime's office, y'all. That's where you see Bucky step out and do videos from, right there. So if they were outside, we might be able to see them right now. But yeah, look at Folsom, y'all. We got season tickets this year. So, you know, all the pregame warm-ups will be live streaming. After the game, we catch the players coming out of the locker rooms, get autographs. some interviews. And it should be a good year. It's going to be one of those years, man. What's up, Ali? Yeah, the view in Folsom is hard to beat. It is hard to beat. It's better when it's in focus. Here, come on, baby, focus. Come on, baby. See, that's why I try to use these other apps. They'll let you like focus manually and stuff like that, but then they crash when I try to stream. Dennis, is this perfect? Is it perfect? This is perfect weather if you're in the creek, but it's a little warm, man. The sky's blue. There's a little breeze. It's nice weather, but perfect, I don't know, man. I like those 70, 75 degree days. Those 75 degree days are perfect to me. But today is perfect if you go and get in the creek, which I think is what I'm gonna do next. Guys, let me know if you ever wanna see a live stream from the creek. I told you, y'all think that we don't have beaches in Boulder, but we do have a beach. It's just at a creek. It's got rope swings, swimming holes, I just have to show you guys. It's the Boulder Creek area is magical. It is like where you go to the beach in Colorado. It's the Boulder Creek. You can look up Eben G. Fine Park. That's E-B-E-N, Eben G. Fine Park, and you'll see pictures. You'll be able to see what I'm talking about. But yeah, Dennis knows what I'm talking about. You can tube down the creek. It's got waterfalls. You could tube down the creek for miles. You could tube 500 yards and just do laps. You can swim, you can rope swing, you can lay out on the sand, you can sit on the rocks in the middle of the creek. There's tons of students there, tons of the community there. People are cooking out, people are DJing, people are playing music. The Boulder Creek area is more fun to me. I grew up on the East Coast. I've been to all the East Coast beaches. I'd rather be at Boulder Creek any day, but that's just me. That's why I live here. But I do want to show you guys around the city so that those of you who don't know about Boulder can get an idea of what it's like. And hopefully you guys can come out for a game and we can link up, have a drink, get some pizza, grab a burger, chop it up. If any of you guys ever come out to visit, I'd love to meet you guys in person. And man, this is gonna be a good year. I know I keep saying it, but I just feel something in the air this year, especially with the news we just got today from Coach Prime. I think it's just gonna be one of those storybook years. See, Christopher, I grew up in Tennessee and South Carolina, so I know about that heat and that humidity, and I'm with you. I will take a hot day out here over a hot day in Tennessee or South Carolina with that humidity, because I'm barely breaking a sweat because it's so dry. There's like no humidity in Colorado, so even when it's super hot, you won't sweat that much because all the moisture just evaporates. And it doesn't feel nearly as hot as it does in the South, like not even close. You guys can see more of the practice fields. There's a view from, basically we're right beside the stadium. And I showed you that practice field over there, the stadium. Then we've got these practice fields, and then the indoor practice facility is in this building. And that that kind of helps you guys get your head around the layout a little bit. When we do the Buffs walk, the tour bus pulls up on the other side of that field all the way down there, and they walk through the practice field that I show you, and they come through the gate and they go in the stadium right there, and that's the Buffs walk. It happens before every game. We live stream that. You get to see the players getting off the bus, going into the stadium together. It's super hype. It's a lot of fun. Definitely check those out before all the games this year. And then we go inside the game and we live stream the pregame warm-ups until kickoff. So you get to see Ralphie run, you get to see all the players warm up. We'll do that every single game. And then after the game, we post up down here, and this is where all the players come out. They come out of this door and this one over here. And we hang out down there with you guys on the stream. We ask players any, reasonable questions that you guys want me to ask them. We get autographs for gear that we're going to raffle off throughout the year. And it's just going to be a good time. I cannot wait. As you guys can tell, I'm ready to go. Ready to get the season started. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those years. This is the year, right, Romy? This is the year. It's gonna be a special year. Can you shout out the Love and Liberty channel? Thank you. Peace. It's Romy Bean, y'all. She does the Coach Prime weekly report, and I always like her questions. I think she has some of the better questions among the established press corps. I didn't see any of the DNVR guys. I saw a lot of more professional media like ABC, NBC, ESPN, people that I didn't recognize other than their brand names. But we're trying to get in that press room this year, guys, and that's why we're just going to do as many live streams as possible. We're going to do as many podcasts as possible, cover everything we can so that the university will see that we're a legit media channel covering the Buffs. And regardless, we don't need a media pass to be out here and get this stuff. We got some players coming out. I saw... is it Tawfiq Bayard? Is that RJ Johnson right there? I think RJ Johnson, and help me remember Bayard's first name. But yeah, it looks like we got some players coming out, and we'll wrap it up here in a few minutes, guys. But I'm enjoying the weather, and still trying to see if we see Coach Prime come out just so we can be like, yo, we love you, Coach Prime. Because, whatever, it's cheesy. I get it. Everybody tells him. But you know what? I'm not holding back any love from that man right now. He may not look like he needs it because he's so positive and he's on the other side. He's always got the right mental attitude. But, man, if I was going through something, no matter who I was, as many people could tell me that they were grateful that I was here as wanted to, and I would never get tired of it because life is precious, man. And you could tell from that video he dropped yesterday about making his will that it was hitting him like that. That for maybe one of the first times ever, he was thinking about not being here with his kids. And you could see the weight on his shoulders, on his heart, on his mind. And so if we can give him any kind of, we're grateful for you, Coach Prime. We love you. We're thankful you're here. We appreciate you. Thank you for what you're doing for all generations, younger generations, being a role model. I'm going to say it, man. I don't care if it's cheesy. If I wasn't here, I would wish that I was here to say it. So I am here. So I'm going to make sure that if I get an opportunity, I say what I feel. Dennis says sap coming out. Is this you over here, Dennis? Dennis. Oh, there's Coach Prime's bodyguard on the golf cart, y'all. Coach Pico, thank you for being here, man. We're so grateful. Can't wait for this year. Coach Pico in the house, y'all. And we got, man, this means Coach Prime is about to come out. That golf cart is not there unless Coach Prime is coming out. So, y'all, we are about to see Coach Prime. people are going to look at us weird for standing out here because none of the other press cares like that, but I don't care. If I want to see Coach Prime, some of you guys probably do too. And we ain't got nothing but love and positivity to share, so I'm going to take this opportunity to tell the man that we're grateful. But yeah, Coach Prime's golf cart would not be right here if he was not about to come out. So I am gonna wait. They don't usually keep that golf cart sitting there very long. I've never seen it just like parked there for 30 minutes or anything. It's like if that cart's there, it's about time for the man to roll out, and we get to catch him right here and tell him thank you. Pretty cool, pretty cool. We got a lot of players coming out down here. Or I should say several. I think I see Dallin Hayden. Some of the other players is hard to tell from here. We saw Coach Pico. Dennis says Coach Sapp has been popping in and out. Dennis, is that you? Is that you sitting by the bench down there?
Sorry, you can't be right here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
What are you doing?
Just want to tell Coach Prime that we love him.
Gotcha. But you can't be right here.
Well, where should we move to? Because it's a public sidewalk. And I was just gonna say, Miss Taisha, we love you. We got lots of people watching. They just want to show love to Coach Prime. And we're not gonna get close. We just want to be like, we love you. We're grateful for you. Can't wait for this year. We appreciate y'all. I'm not trying to piss off anybody close to Coach Prime, but like, it's a public sidewalk, y'all. You can't tell me not to be on a public sidewalk. You guys let me know though. Am I wrong? If they tell me to leave, should I just leave? I mean, nobody, like, you know, Coach Pico didn't say anything like that. Like, that lady's like Miss Taisha's assistant or something. She's telling us to leave. What's she talking about? Okay, TDC, thank you. Because I'm only trying to be respectful. You guys know, if you know my channel, like, I'm not trying to ask any weird questions. I'm not trying to make him feel uncomfortable. I'm trying to show love. And I know, you know, he don't want 50 press people out here putting a camera in his face when he's walking, but you guys see I'm giving 50 feet. And never had, you know, Smitty. We saw Smitty earlier. Smitty's got lots of authority and clout on the team. He ain't never told us not to be here. Coach Sapp never told us not to be here. Coach Pico didn't say nothing about being here. I don't even know who that young lady is. Okay, all right. We're on the same page. So I appreciate you guys. Brian Howell, love your work, man.
Thank you,
Appreciate it. Yeah, I like Brian Howell. Brian Howell is another one who I feel like has always, you guys correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like he's always shown love and respect to the team. Yeah, Jennifer, she looked familiar, but like I saw Miss Taisha and I'm like, oh, Miss Taisha. And I'm about to be like, hey, Miss Taisha, we love you. And that young lady with her is like, you can't be here. And I'm like, what? I'll be here all the time. Hey, what's up, man? We just want to say that we love Coach Prime. We got a bunch of people watching. We just want to be like, we love you. We're grateful for you. We're glad you're okay. And we're stoked about this year. And that's it. Like, we just got a bunch of people watching and we just love all you guys.
Okay.
Does he not want anybody? Because if he's personally asking, like, that's my childhood hero.
I mean, I take care of all that. I mean,
Yeah, we know who you are.
We're getting ready to do a team event. And anytime he does stuff like that, he wants to be focused on that. So if you're going to do that,
Just
I really would prefer that you maybe just a little bit down the road to do it from a distance.
and that'll be cool, bro.
Where would be a space where, like, you know, everybody everybody feels the same love and just want to see, but not bother him, not offend him, definitely not mess with his headspace.
Nothing like that. It's focused on what he got to do. So, I mean, we can go down there by the rest of the team on the other side of the Buffalo, and whenever he comes out, I mean, you can shout across there so your followers can see what's going on.
All right, right on, man.
We greatly appreciate it.
All right, we appreciate you. Can we just go like halfway down here?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Thank you, man. We appreciate you. Now, see, I'm gonna treat Coach Prime's bodyguard a lot differently, because that man, I assume whatever he's saying is coming directly from Coach Prime. And if Coach Prime has any kind of thing like, yo, I don't want to see people walking, I don't want people to see me walking right now, you know, this or that, done, say no more. But if it's not coming from Coach Prime and it's just other people, you know, being over the top, that's when I'm going to push back a little bit and be like, nah, man, we're here. But the last thing I would ever want to do is have Coach Prime feel disrespected, because that's the opposite of what this channel is about. This channel is about celebrating Coach Prime, uplifting Coach Prime, and showing gratitude and love. So we're definitely not going to get on the other side of that. But you guys see a lot of players down here, a lot of the players I see Ben, I see RJ Johnson, I see Carter Stoutmeyer, I see Cam Michael, see the governor. And just so you guys know, keeping an eye, what can you guys help me out with the bodyguard's name? I forgot his name. I should know his name. But he said, you know, if you want to go stand down there by the players, that wouldn't be a problem at all. And I was like, hey, can I go like halfway down? He's like, yeah, man, that's fine. So they just don't want anybody right at the door when Coach Prime comes out, and I respect that. Hopefully you guys do too. Yeah, TDC, I agree. He handled it the way where it's like, you don't want to argue with Coach Prime's bodyguard. The assistant to Miss Taisha, I'm like, who are you speaking for? But we see Coach Sapp right here, guys. Coach Sapp not fishing. We got Sam Okunlola. You guys can probably see we got Alexander McPherson. Got Caden Salter. We really got like a lot of the starters out here. There's Mr. Salter. I see JB, Jeremiah Brown. I see Sincere. What's Sincere's last name? Sincere Brown, new dude. A lot of the new guys out here. A lot of starters. Coach Pico, Coach Sapp. It looks like they're all about to welcome Coach Prime, y'all. I think Coach Prime is going to come out up here, just drive the golf cart right down, and then maybe come in back over here. I'm not sure. He said there was a player event about to happen. So I don't know what it is, but this is why we show up even without a press pass, guys. We show up because you never know what's going to be going on outside of the stadium that will be worth seeing and checking out. And this looks pretty cool. We got a ton of the starters, a ton of new players, new star players, Coach Pico, Coach Sapp, all hanging out. And it is not normal. It is not normal for this many of the starting players to just be standing outside. Like, they're always coming and going. They don't just hang out as a group in public like this that I've seen. After the games, they'll make their way through and they'll mill around, they'll sign autographs, but usually a lot of the star players dip out immediately, or they dip out through the parking garage and don't come out here at all. So something's going on. We're gonna be here to find out what it is, and we're gonna get a shot from Coach Prime. We were gonna be right beside the golf cart, but his bodyguard very respectfully and kindly asked us in a way that seemed like Coach Prime was asking to not be that close when he came out. So if you've been on the stream, first Miss Taisha came out and some young lady that was with her told us that she was like, "You're not allowed to be here." And I was like, yeah, we are, but why? And she didn't really say anything, so we stayed up there. But then the bodyguard came out and he was like, without saying that Coach Prime doesn't want any cameras in his face, that's basically what he told us. And we're like, hey man, we are supporters. We're here to uplift Coach Prime. We're not trying to get on the wrong side of anything. So we respectfully moved down we're about 30 yards down from the golf cart. And on the other side of us, we got all the players. It looks like the whole team, because I see so many starters just in the groups that we can see. And the bodyguard, if you guys will tell me his name so I can start calling him by name instead of referring to him as the bodyguard, I appreciate it. I should know his name. I forgot. Because he's been here from the beginning. He said there's some kind of coach and player event about to happen. I wonder if they're going to go swim in the creek, y'all. They might be going down to get in the creek. If they do, you already know we're going to have to follow down there, and because that would be crazy. I remember they did that the first year. I don't think they did that last year. Anyway, we'll be here to see what happens until the phone dies, because we're about, let's see. Oh, Officer Rose. Okay. We got 15%. We're only on 15% battery, y'all. So if the stream cuts out at any time, that 15% will probably last 30 minutes. But if the stream cuts out, you guys will know that the battery died and we did everything that we could. There's Juju. Juju just came out. We got Sam Okenlola looking like he might want to come and sack us, because he's like, what are you doing? And I hope I'm faster than him if that happens. No, I'm just kidding. But something's going on, and we'll be here to see what we can see. Jennifer, thank you. Officer Rose. Yeah, Officer Rose. I've had a couple of interactions with him in the past, and he's always been so nice. Such a nice but serious guy. He's dead serious, but he's a good people person for an enforcer. At bodyguard for a very positive personality can be a tricky role, because, Coach Prime doesn't want it to get around that, his bodyguard's a jerk or anything, but at the same time, he needs a legitimate bodyguard, because you guys see, there is access here, and it is a public campus, so there's only so much they can really do. If I wanted to stand on that sidewalk right in front of the door and just assert my rights the way that Coach Sapp has been down in Florida, I could do that. But why, when our whole mission is to support and uplift Coach Prime? If Coach Prime is the one asking for some space, then say no more. I'll cut the stream if Coach Prime asks me to. If Coach Prime says don't live stream this, boop, stream over. But if it's other people asking and it has nothing to do with him, then I'm going to push back. But we're going to be here to see what happens today, guys. It looks like something exciting is going down, and we'll see what we can see. C-Note says the young lady with Miss Taisha is part of the team. She probably texted Officer Rose and said that we handled it very professionally. Appreciate that, because we're trying to balance getting you guys some news that nobody else is capturing with the main point of this entire channel, which is gratitude, respect, and celebration of Coach Prime and what he's doing here in Boulder. So we're not going to violate the main purpose of our channel just to get a shot of Coach Prime when he may be feeling vulnerable. And it may just be that he doesn't want anybody to see him walking not at his best right now, which I totally respect. And I have no idea. I'm just speculating on why he might want that space. But that would make sense to me. If I was a Hall of Fame GOAT and I was having a little problem walking or any other personal issues that I wasn't ready to share with the world, I might, have some feelings about having cameras close to me as well. So this channel started to this literally my first videos ever on this channel were defending Coach Prime when he first came here. And you guys know the hate never stops with Coach Prime, but it was on another level when he first came here. And I just realized the people that look like me who live in Boulder need to start making videos saying how we feel about Coach Prime, while you have all these people across the world who don't even live here, talking about him. So the whole channel started to uplift and celebrate Coach Prime being here, and we're never going to violate that. Thank you, Ruth. We appreciate you. We got Coach Surmer right here, Sam Okunlola, Caden Salter. Forget this guy. This is one of the Buffs media guys too. I forget which one. But something's happening. Some kind of player-coach event. And we're going to check it out and see what it is. Let me know where you guys are all tuning in from while we're waiting. Let me know what you're excited to see about this year, which players, which of the new guys you think is going to start, make a big impact. Maybe who your wild cards would be. Maybe other people aren't expecting to make a big impact, but you think may end up having an impactful season, like maybe Yo-Yo Atia. Oh, look, there's Coach Livingston. We got Coach Livingston in front of Sam Okunlola, standing beside Amari McNeil. We got Coach Shermer on the phone right here. Oh, Marion Miller, you were right. I'm with you, Joshua Bell. I agree. Omarion Miller, he showed some flashes in the USC game of being a game-changing type player. And he's going to be in a leadership role this year, proving he can take a hit, proving he'll make a catch, getting hit, got range, got hops, got speed. I think you're right. It's going to be a good year for Omarion. Who else you guys got? So we got Coach Shermer, Coach Livingston right there. Caden Salter in front of them. Got Coach Sapp in the background, if you guys can see Coach Sapp back there in the white shirt. Yeah, Joshua Bell, he could have probably helped us win that K-State game, and that was where he got injured. Will we have like 4 receivers go down in that game? I think 3 or 4 of our receivers went down in the K-State game, and we still should have won that game. But this year is going to be the year. This year is something special. I feel it. I feel it with Coach Prime being cured, with the talent that's here. The vibe of the players is different too, y'all. When I say the vibe of the players is different, I never in the last 2 years have seen such a large group of players like interacting with each other like this. Like, it seemed like way more fractured and divided subgroups in the last 2 years, if that makes sense. Like, a lot more of like positions hanging out mainly with their the fellow guys of their position. But something about the vibe this year seems very, very like holistically oriented. Like the team is really coming together as a unit, and I think this is gonna be a year for the history books, y'all. So we got Dallin Hayden down there. We got Coach Pico over here, and still waiting. That's Coach Prime's golf cart, and I've never seen it parked there that long, so I expect him to be popping out any minute. Definitely Draylon gonna ball out this year. Draylon was one of the players we featured in our most recent podcast, predicting, he talked about he's got a deal with Coach Corey where if he makes it to the Heisman ceremony, Coach Corey's gonna buy him his Heisman suit. And I think him and Isaiah Harge are 2 guys who really do have a chance to be that Heisman level of player. I mean, along with Juju and Salter. But besides our quarterbacks, Draylon could have a Heisman type year. Isaiah Harge, if not this year, maybe next year. Apparently they just have that type of playmaker. I mean, we've seen it with Draylon as a true freshman and just how big he is as a sophomore now and how big he was as a freshman. His future is definitely bright. So guys, if you're just tuning in, we're outside of the stadium. There's media here, there's players gathered. The whole team is here, starters are here, the coaches are here. I mean, you got Livingston and Shermer right there. Like, you will never see the DC and the OC just standing outside for an extended amount of time hanging out. I've never seen that in 2 years. So something's going on. And then we got Coach Pico, we got Coach Sapp over there, we got all the starters. So grateful for you, Coach Prime. We love you. Love you, Bucky. Thank you, guys. There you guys go. There's a man. He came right down by us, y'all. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Let's stay a respectful distance, but let's see what's going on. And, man, he came right by us, y'all. Special. Special, special. Look at this. I think they're going to the creek, y'all. I think they're going to the creek. This is going to be wild. I hope our battery lasts, man. We're on 11% battery, y'all. At 11% battery. Whole team going down to the creek. Or they're going down to the other practice fields. There's Seaton. Big Jordan Seaton. Coach Sapp. Pretty cool, y'all. We're not going to crowd the team, but we're going to follow and see. They're going to the creek. Sometimes they get in the creek in the beginning of the year. Like I was telling you guys about earlier in the stream, that would be so crazy. I was talking about how today is one of those days where the weather would be perfect if you go and get in the creek. And that might be. Hey, we're grateful for you guys. Coach Hart, Mata, thank you guys for everything, man. Let's go Buffs. So you guys see, most of the senior staff got no problem with people recording, with people filming. But I do understand being very sensitive and delicate around Coach Prime right now. But he walked right by us, y'all. He could have brushed my shoulder. I literally turned around and Coach Prime is 2 feet away from me. I turned the camera and he was 2 feet away from me. And we're gonna give them their distance. I don't want anybody to feel a type of way. And Bucky's recording this, but you guys know I gotta live stream this. Unless Coach Prime himself tells me to cut the feed, or somebody tells me on behalf of Coach Prime, this is too good, man. Nobody else is getting this. This is why the Love and Liberty channel exists. All those other media companies, they got in the press conference. They got what they wanted, and they got the press conference, and they're on their way. But this is why we're here. I didn't even know, like, should I go and live stream from outside the press conference if I can't even get inside? And I always choose yes, and this is why. Because every time I do, something happens that makes you realize you never know what's gonna happen. And so you guys are getting to see campus, how we just walked from the stadium, and you see these players coming down here. So the path loops around and it comes down, and then here's the creek. And this is not usually this is not the part of the creek where people swim, as you can see. There are parts of the creek that are big and wide and deep, and where the rope swings are and stuff like that. What's up, Dennis? Hey, Dennis is here, y'all. But yeah, we're about to see. They're just going to the closest point possible in the creek to get in, and you know, that way they'll have it to themselves more or less. Coach Prime leading the way. Y'all see him with his cowboy hat. He's got his arm on Coach Livingston's shoulder down there, front of the pack. Appreciate you, TDC. This is a pretty cool shot right here. Y'all, they're going to get in the creek. If the stream dies, because we're on 10% battery, if the stream dies, I've got another cell phone with me. If YouTube lets me start the stream from my other cell phone, then I will, and we'll just keep going.
Junior! They don't know the bike trail, and the bike has it right away. Hey, hard head. Hard head. Do it again with them headphones on.
We love you, Coach Sapp. Coach Sapp not playing around. Coach Sapp telling everybody to stay on the right side of the path. Coach Sapp looking out, making sure everybody knows. He said that the bicycles have the right of way, but that's not true. Actually, on a mixed use path in Boulder, people, human beings, always have the right of way. You don't have to be on any side of the path. A bicycle has to stop for you, period. You could have your little 3-year-old kid doing jumping jacks in the middle of the sidewalk, and a whole squad of bikers come through. They have to come to a stop and walk their bikes around your 3-year-old. Pedestrians have the right of way if it's a mixed use path. So if it's a path that's not bikes only, or you know, it allows bikes and people always have the right of way. So I appreciate Coach Sapp imposing discipline and courtesy on the players, but just on a technicality, if you're ever in Boulder and a bicycle runs into you, because we have some crazy bikers here, y'all, they be flying. And they have been known to brush people and start some little altercations. And so, yeah, pedestrians do have the right of way. Just a little nerdy Boulder fact for you there. Yeah, Steffi 33, totally right. Still be careful, still watch out, because I'm laughing at TDC saying Coach Sapp looks like Mr. T. All right, y'all, we're going to jog because we got that shot, so we let them all go past us. And they walk fast, so we're going to jog, catch up. Bear with me. We're running. Let me show you guys. Woo. Yeah, let's go. Let's go. I know. Oh, I caught him faster than I thought. Okay. All right, now we switch it around. All right. Stay a respectful distance, but we got to see what they're up to. I think if they were getting in the creek, they would have gotten in already. But there might be a deeper part up here, because again, this is not where people usually swim in the creek. So I don't know the parts of the creek down here as well as I know the parts up in Eben G. Fine Park, because Eben G. Fine Park is where I was telling you guys the beach is at, the Boulder beach. There's the creek. And right here, it's real shallow, but over in the beach areas, I mean, there's places that are 7-8 feet deep, where you can rope swing into. So it can go from ankle deep at some places to 8 feet deep in other places. And there's all these little waterfalls. So you can like get in front of a waterfall and have basically one of those never-ending current pools. You just swim against the waterfall until you get tired. There's little sandbars you can lay out and suntan, or bring your Bluetooth speaker, listen to music, have some cervezas or a picnic. You know, Boulder Creek is just, when it's hot like this in the summer, it's amazing. It's clean, clear, cold, cool water. Hey, thank you for your First Amendment lessons, Coach Sapp. Hey, we amplify it and spread it on our channel. We appreciate you so much, man. Gotta show Coach Sapp some love. He dipped off from the walk, but we did a whole episode on Coach Sapp's run-ins with the Florida police. You guys should check that out. What Coach Sapp is doing is teaching people about the constitutional rights that people don't use, that people don't know about. And he's using his position and influence and status to prove some really poignant points down in Florida. And whether you check out the recap that we did on our channel about Coach Sapp's, you know, run-ins with Florida law enforcement, or you just catch up through his Instagram, there's other YouTube channels that have done. There's one called Accountability for All, and Coach Prime actually sends them his videos. He doesn't post them himself. He sends them to Accountability for All. Accountability for All posts the videos, and that's where I started seeing them. And then I did a whole deep dive on the whole situation and condensed it all into a podcast episode for you guys who maybe don't have time to go through all of the information like I did. But it is very important, and so I see a lot of people online talking shit to Coach Sapp for doing that. So it's important to tell him that some of us appreciate it. I mean, the people who talk shit about it, I don't even really see their point. I think they just think, why isn't he just content to just, you know, be a rich guy and not do anything controversial? But it's so important because of who he is to show that corrupt police will even mess with Hall of Famer Warren Sapp. They will even try to lie, create false evidence, false testimony, deny him access to public facilities. These are all the things that he's been documenting. And his point is, if they'll do it to me, they'll do it to anybody. And as someone in media who believes very strongly in our First Amendment right to free expression of the press, having people like Coach Sapp teach those lessons, people take them better from people like Coach Sapp, because they understand, wow, if he's got this much resources and this much clout and this much notoriety, and he still feels so convicted that he's doing this, it must be important. And so it makes people who wouldn't otherwise pay attention to the story, it makes them pay attention and learn the lesson that he's trying to teach. Y'all, I think this is just a team walk. I think this is just like Coach Prime's been going on walks, so now the whole team's going on a walk. I think that's the vibe. Yeah, I don't know if it's AG Ohio or Ag Ohio, but A huge part of my losing 60 pounds was just walking around this city. Just walking around the city with my dog, but 3 to 5 miles a day. And when I was younger, Mrs. L&L would try to get me to go on walks, and I'd be like, no, walking is a waste of time. Like, if I'm gonna work out, I'm gonna work out. I'm gonna kill myself. I'm not gonna go on a walk. And man, that was so stupid. That was so stupid, because just going on a little walk every day accounts for so much over the course of a year. And wasn't the main thing that helped me lose 60 pounds. The main thing was learning how to track my calories and weigh my food. And I know that sounds like a pain in the ass, but think of it like this. Brushing your teeth is kind of a pain in the ass, but you do it because you just know that you have to. Tracking your calories and weighing your food takes an extra 2 or 3 minutes a day once you've been doing it, but it allows you to know exactly what you're putting into your body and exactly what you have to account for. And when you know, you have the power to control. When you don't know, when you're just guessing, you don't know if you need to work out, harder. But if you work out too hard and you build up too much systemic fatigue, your body will be stressed out and have cortisol, and it will stop losing weight. So you have to know how to do the right balance. And this next year, everything that we learned, I give back. But getting these walks can be that dude on the left is Marshall Falk. I've been behind them, and I just realized another one of my childhood heroes I'd never seen in person. That's amazing, bro. That's crazy. I was wondering. That's so wild, man. Nope, just on a walk behind Marshall Falk. But if you guys see, they're kind of keeping people back from the bulk of the team. And I ain't about to pass them. You know what I'm saying? I ain't about to blow past Marshall Falk and George Hegeman. She did. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Pardon my language, you guys. Sometimes I have to check myself and remember to bite my tongue a little bit for our lovely aunties that we have who do not need to hear a Marine Corps vocabulary. Y'all, we're on 3% battery. So this stream's gonna die at any time. But we got you every minute of footage that we could. And when it does die in the next few minutes, I'm gonna see if I can switch to my other phone. Matter of fact, I wonder if it would let me take over the stream on my other phone while it's still going. But if not, then I will see you guys next time. And we'll just be grateful for what we did get today, which was a lot. It's really cool. I'm glad we went. Glad we did this. Okay, Cam is gonna be, we already know it's gonna be one of those seasons. It's just building up. Everything's lining up. With Coach Prime's health, with him being cured, all the coaches, all the players, this is about to be one of those magical storybook years. I just feel it. Guys, when this stream dies, because my battery's at 3%, I got 57% on my other phone. So when this stream dies, just look out for the channel. I'm gonna be popping up another stream within like a minute. This is the young lady who asked us to move earlier, so I hope she doesn't say anything to us. She's hanging back again. You're one of my childhood heroes, Coach Falk. I salute all you guys. We appreciate y'all. We're very grateful to have you in Boulder. I don't think they weren't very happy that I was behind them. But man, I mean, you gotta understand, this is how, they know, I was gonna say, they know from Bucky that this is how the story gets told. And so there's probably some of like, yeah, we're telling the story through Bucky. What the fuck we need you for? And I get that, but at the same time, like, Bucky can't live stream everything. And I know from talking to so many of you guys in these live streams that, you guys want to see this stuff. And, we don't ever cross any lines. We stay respectful. And, oh, look, they went to the water park, y'all. That's what they're doing. They went to the water park. That's cool. So, yeah, we'll probably get to see, what happens in there on the well-off video. But now you guys saw the behind the scenes. You're going to know before the video drops. There's going to be water park footage. I'm into this water park. Oh, they all in line. Man, that's crazy. We got other media in there, but that's probably official CU team media. I'm gonna find a place to post up. We got a little skate park over here, as you can see beside the water park. Baseball fields. Got the mountains behind. Skate park. Water park. Yeah, Cam, the whole team. Look, bro. Juju, Salter, Oaken, Lowe, all the starters. The whole team's there, bro. Whole team. And all the coaches, and Livingston, and Shermer. Everybody. Everybody's in there. And man, Marshall Falk was not happy to see me. And that sucks because, man, another one of my childhood heroes. Again, I get it, though. If I was on their side of it, I'd look at me a little sideways, too. But I'm not a fan of this for anything. I've been around music celebrities, pro athlete celebrities. Other experiences, I don't really care about that many people. Coach Prime is one of those people to me, man. Coach Prime is like a magical, inspirational figure, and I ain't got no shame in it. I think that it's the type of dude I just wish our society lifted up more. I wish it was more widely understood that Coach Prime is the type of role model the young men need, and young men should aspire to be like. But yeah, we got the whole team in there, and my phone's about to die. I got 1%, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut this stream down, and instead of restarting a stream, since they're just gonna be in the water park and well off is obviously in there getting all the footage. We're going to get to see it up close. And then once that happens, you guys will get to see the rest of the story. So I'm wearing a Buffs hat, you know. They might think I'm with TMZ or something, but at the same time, I know Bucky's seen me 100 times. I know Coach Livingston has seen me 10, 15 times. Coach Sapp's seen me a lot of them know that I'm not TMZ, is all I'm saying. Some of them, new ones, probably do wonder, and I totally get it. And so I'm going to be respectful, while at the same time, you know, I'm not going to stop, you know, unless Coach Prime asks me himself. If Coach Prime or Bucky is ever like, yo, dude, we don't want you doing this, okay, say no more, because I only started it because of you guys. So if that's ever the case, it's a wrap. But if it's just other people, you know, feeling weird on their behalf, but they haven't actually said anything, that's not going to stop us. But now you guys know what's going on today. We went straight from Coach Prime's emotional press conference to him taking the entire team to a water park to have a fun day. And if that doesn't just say everything about Coach Prime and this team, I don't know what will. So with that, guys, we love you all for tuning in. Check out our recent podcast episode. We've got a podcast episode coming later this week about how Coach Prime helped us lose 60 pounds. I'm going to share all the secrets with you guys for free. Tell you how I did it, how I've maintained it, and help any of you that need any one-on-one help with everything that I learned, everything that I've got. If that's something you're interested in. Besides that, we're going to have twice as much Buffs coverage on the channel this year as last year. So don't think that because we're going to do some fitness stuff, the Buffs stuff is going to stop, because it's going to be more. It's going to be more than it ever has been. And there's the governor coming down the slide, and that'll be a good way for us to sign off. All right, y'all, love and liberty. Much love, much liberty.